I would prefer looking here to the screen rather than looking at the camera, bro. And if you're like me, who has trouble speaking properly when you're making eye contact with somebody, and you will speak better when you're actually not looking at them in the eyes, like how I'm doing right now when I'm not looking at the camera lens. If you're someone like me, bro, there's only one way out of it, and that is to talk to more people by looking at their eyes. It's kind of hard, but then if if you want an alternative method to not learn, but then to get used to get comfortable around speaking to people whilst maintaining eye contact, because that's literally the best way to speak to someone, by making eye contact, because it makes them feel like you're actually listening to them, you're paying attention to them, and that you actually care about them, right? And if you want to get comfortable with that, in doing something that is not talking to people directly, then the alternative is to go to the mirror and speak to yourself 5 minutes to 10 minutes every single day. Trust me, bro, it works actually. Like, when for me, when at first, let's say this is the mirror, okay? For the first few days when I was like trying to do this thing on my own, like, I don't know, there's this thing in my mind that whenever I face a problem, it just crafts a solution out of thin air. So like, I recognize the fact that I couldn't speak to people properly when I was making eye contact with them, and that I spoke better when I wasn't looking at them in the eye. When I realized this thing, my mind just formed the solution. That is to like get used to talking to yourself in the mirror, and the condition is that you must make eye contact with yourself. Oh, I forgot to turn on the light, bro. Yeah. So yeah, I was doing exactly that, and at first, trust me, bro, it was hard as hell. Like, I could talk to myself, I did, but then I realized that none of it actually made sense, and I was just yapping all along. So I tried to like look somewhere else and then look into the mirror sometimes, and then look somewhere else and speak, and that worked way better for me. So that meant that I know how to speak properly, but then when I make eye contact with myself in the mirror, when I make eye contact with other people out there and speak, something just happens, and the the thoughts don't come out as fluent as it would do so when I'm looking somewhere else and speaking. And the only way out of it, the only way to speak the same way like how you do when you're not making eye contact whilst making eye contact, is to practice speaking to people whilst making eye contact, or practice speaking properly while you're making eye contact with yourself in the mirror. At first you're gonna see how you get distracted and stuff, you start overthinking and stuff. Sometimes like you're speaking to yourself and you feel like there's a necessity that you have to speak properly and stuff. Like, you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, okay, I have to speak properly, I have to speak properly, bro, you have to speak properly, you can't stop in the middle, you can't fumble. At first it'll be like that, but then you'll actually fumble and you'll find yourself like looking around all the time and stuff like that, and it's totally fine for the first few times, because like you're learning something, you're getting used to something. And after like a few days, a few weeks of talking to people by making eye contact with them, or a few weeks after you just looking at yourself and speaking to yourself while making eye contact, you're going to start getting comfortable with speaking fluently and in an organized manner when you're actually looking at people in their eyes. And boom, you actually got better. You just got better, bro. I don't think there's any other way around this whole thing. And now, if how it's been 4 minutes or something now, just to make the video longer, we could talk about why this thing happens, like why you can't, like why you have adopted this unnatural habit of not looking at people's eyes and feeling awkward when you actually do so. That awkwardness causes some anxiety within yourself, that you can't like speak properly when you're looking at them in the eyes. Why does it happen? Maybe it's because of the COVID, maybe, or maybe it's because when you were a child you weren't exposed to people that much, or maybe you are just introverted like me, or maybe it's the COVID that has influenced you like socially and stuff. Like, bro, it is real, bro. Like, social isolation for quite some time can actually lead you to such problems, and the only way to get out of it is to engage in as much social experiences as you can. So So yeah, that's exactly what I'm asking you to do in this video. Like, talk to more people whilst making eye contact. Force yourself to make eye contact. Not force yourself, but like try to make eye contact with people. And if you're saying something and you feel like you're zoning out, then you can look outside and then speak to them. Look, not outside. What am I saying? Look somewhere else and then speak to them. It's totally fine. But you're learning. That's the most important thing. So just gather more experience. So yeah, I hope this video helped you. I'm not looking at the camera now. This is my comfortable space. I don't like to make eye contact, bro. I would prefer, honestly, I don't even like making such videos. I would prefer like making podcasts where I don't have to show my face, because then I can look all around the room and stuff, because I'm more of a thinker, right? So when I'm saying something, I like to think about a lot of things before I actually say it. And when I'm looking into someone's eyes, I have to pay attention to them. So as a result, I can't like think properly. It's funny, but then it's real. I get to speak better when I'm actually not making eye contact. Yeah. No matter how much I work on myself, this is the reality. This is my nature. So I gotta learn to accept it. Not gotta learn, I've actually accepted it. But I'm working on myself as well, so like, yeah. Enough, yeah, bro. Thank you for watching. If you were able to learn something new, then good for you. And, bro, yeah, I've gotten some comments from last video. I'm gonna address those comments as well in my upcoming videos. So, like, don't worry. I actually read every comment. So, like, yeah. Bro, I'm speaking as if I'm some big YouTuber, bro. I have literally, like, 2 or 3, 4, 5 comments every single video. And, yeah, I'm feeling sleepy, but I can't go to sleep. Because Euros, Spain versus England, English or Spanish. Oh yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.